Hi everyone, it's Richard at Altfins with another crypto market update. Last week, particularly in the last couple of days, we've seen some good action among altcoins and Bitcoin as well, bouncing off to support for Bitcoin, in fact, breaking through the $40,000 level, which is good to see. We'd like to see that to hold and potentially could make its way to 45,000 and begin to turn around its downtrend. And it is in a downtrend, as you can see here on our dashboard. We have Bitcoin here on the short-term basis. It's gone from a downtrend to neutral. We've seen that with a lot of cryptocurrencies right now, is that there are forming sort of a sideways trend or a sideways channel, which can be traded. But the important part is that the downtrend that we've seen in the last month or so is beginning to perhaps reverse. At a minimum, we're forming a base here. So Bitcoin has gone from a short-term downtrend to a neutral. As we can see, it's been trading between 30 and 40,000 or 35 and 40,000, which can be traded. Swing traders can buy at it. Typically, the rule is you buy at support and sell at resistance. So in this case, as we can see, it's had multiple touch points between those two trend lines levels. And so we do think that if it dips below the 40,000, it's probably going to revisit 35, which is where we'd buy it and sell it again when it gets near 40,000 if it stays in that sideways channel. However, if Bitcoin does hold 40,000, which would be very positive for the entire crypto marketplace, and we see it approach 41,000 for the next day or two, then we'd be more comfortable owning it for a swing trade to about 45,000 is my opinion, and it's just my own opinion, not financial advice, of course. We can see that the MACD still is a buy. It lost some momentum, as you can see if you look at the MACD histogram. Let's go ahead and actually pull up the bigger charts here. So let's go to the screener and let's look at some of these charts for the top names. So here's Bitcoin again, and here's where it bounced between 30 and 40,000 a few times in this sideways channel. It looks to be breaking out of that, but there is a resistance here around the 200-day moving average. It'd be great to see that break as well, and then we can actually see the price recover maybe all the way to 50,000. The RSI has crossed 50, which is bullish, and MACD is also still in a bullish uptrend. If we look at Ethereum, a lot of these names will look very similar. They're basically forming a base, right? They're consolidating in a sideways action, price action, which is great after a month or so of a painful downtrend that we've seen. They're going sideways, which could create a base for a reversal in downtrend to an uptrend. Ethereum has been one of the standouts. As you can see, it's maintained a relatively bullish trend. It's neutral on the short-term and medium basis, but still up on the long-term basis. And it's certainly a bellwether for the altcoins. It's bounced off the $2,500 level. We see that there's a fresh MACD buy signal here as well. So we could see the price return to close about $3,000. So that looks bullish. We also have a curated chart. And here, if you click at curated charts tab, you'll see the write-up on this particular name that we updated today. If you look at a few others like Binance, we have a curated charts for it as well. That was updated yesterday, but also basically bounced off near the support level 300. It's been trading between 300 and 400, And again, I think that will continue be a good trading opportunity to basically buy it at the support, which is close to 300, right? You can't necessarily buy it exactly at 300. I mean, you can try, but I think if it gets close enough, that support level, it looks like a buy. And if it gets close enough to the $400 resistance level here, and it's a sell. You buy at support and sell at resistance until it actually breaks the $400 level, which would be for Binance. What I do like here is that it did make a higher high on the last momentum upswing, as you can see here, and also a higher low, and it looks like it's made a higher low, another higher low here, and that suggests that the trend is reestablishing itself for this particular coin, and so the trend overall long term is up, medium is down. It's mixed. It's mixed certainly as well. It looks very similar to many other altcoins. Cardano here, again, sideways action between, call it $1.50 and $2, more or less. It's bounced off that 150 level recently. And what I like about this one is if you look at the MACD, it has a sell flag, but that's bearish. But if you look at the MACD histogram bars, these blue bars here, it's hard to see, but they have inflected. Instead of getting worse, they're getting better now. They're rising again, and that is a positive inflection already in the MACD indicator, and we explained that in the curated charts again. And also another one that made higher highs during that last upswing in momentum and higher lows. Those could be beginnings of a new trend or a minimum reversal of a downtrend. But again, with the recent inflection in MACD histogram bars, this coin looks like it's going to revisit $1.75, $1.75 level, resistance level, potentially even $2. With respect to overall trends, if we go to the signal summary, they are improving, but not dramatically yet. As I mentioned, some of the downtrends have turned into a neutral sideways trend. But if we look at how many coins are in the strong uptrend, right here, 48, it's about the same number as last week. And far more are in the downtrend, strong downtrend across all three time horizons, short, medium, and long term. As you can see, about 259 coins are in a strong downtrend and 48 are in a strong uptrend. And if we look at some of those lucky ones that are still in the strong uptrend, let's see, Hex, TFUEL, Cream Finance, which is a DeFi name. So these look still interesting, and we could potentially wait for some pullbacks here to get involved in an uptrend. Overall, I would say that betting on a trend currently, a strong uptrend, is risky, because overall the market is in a downtrend or at best sideways. So I think finding these uptrends that are sustainable on an individual coin basis is like looking for a needle in a haystack, and I wouldn't have a lot of confidence that these trends will continue in the current market environment. And so I think that a trader really needs to look at some very tactical, sort of surgical trades, buying off of the support level, selling around the resistance level, looking at the MACD swings, right? Let's go ahead and look at, this may actually surprise you, but I would actually look at names that have a bearish MACD momentum. Okay, so we can do that through our filter here. I go to trend signals, MACD signals, bearish MACD. All right, MACD is below MACD signal line, about 274 coins satisfy that criteria, I will also add a minimum volume, about $100,000, to filter out those low liquidity names. And also let's find those that are still in a long-term uptrend at least. So indicator long-term will be uptrend. Doesn't have to be a strong up, but at least an up in a long-term basis. All right, so 55 coins that satisfy this criteria, which means that they're in the long-term uptrend, have some decent volume, but have actually a bearish MACD momentum signal. And the reason I want to see these is actually I want to look at those who may have a bearish MACD crossover but are inflecting bullish. Cardano is one of them right here. As I mentioned, the histogram bars have already inflected. They're getting better. And that is potentially an indication of a bullish MACD crossover coming up soon. Same here for Polygon MATIC, right? As you can see, the histogram bars have inflected about 2 days ago and continue to improve. And this one actually, we recently updated our curated chart on, so let's take a look at it. But there was a breakout from through a downtrend line and above the $1.50 horizontal level, horizontal resistance level, which gives us some confidence level that the price of this coin could head back to the next resistance zone around $2. And as you can see, the momentum has inflected already, even though it still shows sell, but it is inflecting. And so we can find a few more names like that, and I would suggest that you also use this technique to get ahead of the MACD bullish crossover, essentially. Now, for a lot of these, the action is sideways, and so there will be frequent MACD flags, buy, sell, switching, and some whipsawing, perhaps, when the market is sideways. And that's why looking at the support and the resistance is so important to identify those and really trade between those. Buy support, sell resistance. And if there's a breakout, then get involved there. Let's look at another one here, Rune Thord Chain. As well, as you can see, MACD histogram bars have inflected a couple of days ago, continue to improve, and here we could see the price return to $12.50 or $15 based on this momentum, and we described and talk about that in the curated chart as well. So I hope this update helps. Again, overall, I wish I had better news, but we are mostly still in a downtrend, at best in a neutral sideways channel trend, which could be beginning of a reversal. So there's definitely some green shoots, improvements seen in the market. I would be very careful about assuming that the reversal is already happening though, and I would still trade between the support and resistance levels. We saw most of the altcoins, a lot of the altcoins have bounced off of their support, which is great to see. Some life and interest in these coins again, and I would trade those channels, sideways channels, using, as I said, the general rule of buying around support and selling around resistance, and also looking at the MACD inflection, meaning the MACD histogram bars improving again, getting better as opposed to getting worse. I think is a good technique as well to spot some interesting buying opportunities. Good luck, everyone. Again, this is just my opinion, not financial advice. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to chat on our website or send us an email at support@altfins.com. Have a great day.